So what's up, people? Pastor Mule here on a beautiful Saturday, right? A few interesting things are going on in the country, right? If you live in the state of New Mexico, first of all, I'm praying for you, right? Because your constitutional rights are now null and void. The Bill of Rights does not apply in the state of New Mexico. So that's where we are on a beautiful Saturday, right? I hate people who drive slow. Anyway, and that's the state of affairs, right? Here in Illinois, they're getting ready to start their registry. They're gearing up for it. That starts in January, which don't apply to if you live in the state of Illinois, like I do, which I do, so I'm not going to be complying. And I'm going to make that same suggestion to anybody and everybody who lives in the state of New Mexico, right? We're like, yeah, your Second Amendment rights, yeah, they're out the fucking door for right now. Unless you're a cop. Because you always notice that they always exempt themselves and their enforcement arms. Why are you not a back to blue kind of guy? Why don't you understand the nuances that come with policing in America, right? Well, there's some funny things that are going on right now in New Mexico. First of all, most people don't realize, but police lost their fucking qualified immunity in the state of New Mexico a couple of years back. They signed a law into it, right? So this is going to end up being fun. Any cop that fucking is going to go up against a real citizen who is legally carrying, which you should be legally... Anyway, all that's the bullshit. But once this starts getting fucked with, not only is the government going to get sued, but each individual cop's going to get sued. So this is the way it should be. There should be no qualified immunity for cops, right? They should have to face the same kind of laws anybody else does. And they should have to face responsibility for their fucking actions. Being it shooting somebody, being it pulling people over, or whatever. If they were wrong in it, they should not get a pass because they didn't know they were fucking wrong, right? And I think over the past 50 years, right, or the whole time I've been alive, 57 years on this planet, and, you know, we should understand by now that there should be no qualified immunity. There's no such thing. Nuremberg said it, and I guess we forgot it, right? That there's no such thing as just following orders or just doing my job. Nah, there's not. Right? Or there shouldn't be. There is in the United States. Cops can kill and get off with qualified immunity, even though they're wrong. Oh, well, they didn't know they were wrong. They didn't know the law. Oh, but they're cops enforcing the law. Well, I live in the state of Illinois, which our fucking stupid-ass governor just fucking this year signed into a law that illegal aliens can become police in the state of... They can be issued police licensing powers in the state of Illinois. So, yet, it's funny, they just shit-canned a cop and then rehired her back because she forgot to put down that she stole something at 15, like a piece of fucking, that she stole a, piece of makeup or whatever, at 15, and she forgot to put that down. Well, they ended up rehiring her because she sued the shit out of him because he had just signed a fucking law saying that illegals can become cops. Oh, fuck! Anyway, so, for those of you who do not believe that we are living in very interesting times, you are watching the slow burn that we said years ago. I don't bring up the Green Dragon Tavern much anymore because it is so long ago now, right? But the channel's still up. Anybody who wants to look at it can. We called all this shit. We told people what was going to happen. We told people the way they were going to get busted. Look at the way that guy with the Liberty Safe thing got nailed. They nailed him at his fucking job, right? they're going to catch you outside your house when they really want to get you. Right? Try telling you that. Nobody wanted to listen. Right? Told you from the very beginning you should not be a law-abiding citizen. What you should be is a good person. Right? Because laws are... They will always use the laws against you. What do we see the past 5 years? Even Trump used the laws against you. Remember? Grab them first and then work the procedures? Yeah. We're fucked. And everybody who thinks that Trump's going to be your savior, that's the scarier part. Is you think some man can save you from shit that you should be taking care of. There's not going to be one human being that's going to be able to save you. Only God. And when he's coming back, okay, when he comes back, there's no saving nobody. You better have been saved beforehand. Keep that in mind. Anyway, so I hope you have a beautiful Saturday. I hope you have a better Sunday tomorrow. I hope you get to church. I hope you get some rounds down range at church. And and a little bit of an update, just a tiny one. Had a prayer meeting on Wednesday, and again, we're going back to the old school ways. I'm really glad there was a lot of people got together for a little bit of a church service together once, but we're never doing that again. Right? What's happening is we're starting to break up. Right? Because here's the thing. You know, I listened to my cousin's stories in the 70s, in the 80s, right? My cousin would come over for R&R from Ulster County, Northern Ireland, and he would come over and tell us stories, right? About what was going on over there and what him and others were doing. The Renaissance Fair. Our tiny town's little Renaissance Fair. I'll give you a little view of my day. Alright. I wish these people were as enthusiastic about our fucking country as they are playing games and dressing up. I wish they were more happy about dressing up like Revolutionary War than some fucking pirate fantasy bullshit. But good on them. Let them have their fantasies until the blood's in the streets. Anyway, I'm sure I got winged out and distracted, but you know what? Fuck it. This is just a whole talking what's going through my brain as I roll. Anyway, again, I hope you guys get out and do some pew-pews tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I was updating you guys about church. Anyway, so I was telling you guys about how, totally got winged out on the Renaissance Fair. But, so my cousin would come over from Ulster, right? And he would tell me stories when I was, let's see, so from 77 to 81. So he would come over, and then he ended up getting caught, and he was kind of fucked after that. Died in Mays prison. Anyway, so, but he would tell me what was going on. And he told us that the only safe way to live in his kind of a situation was to keep it to 3 for the most part. Right? Don't do anything with more than 2 other people. Right? Because no matter what, me talking to y'all or me talking to any one person about anything is generally a conspiracy. 3 is definitely a conspiracy. But trying to get past 3, you're just opening yourself up to too much. So we're keeping it down to 3, right? For the most part. Oh, we all meet up at church, but as I explained to the people that started with me, right, and as they're moving on and building their own, one of our first rules, right, was you had to have done some sketchy ass shit with people. Felonies. You have to do fucking felonies that'll get everybody sent to prison with them, right? For you to really trust them, right? And we were letting people know that from the gate, right? That's the only way that's going to work. Is everybody's got to be fucking going to jail, right? And even when they rat out, they still got to be doing as much fucking time as just about anybody else, you know? So, because it never really works out for those people, even when they turn states. Right? Well, most of the time, you could say. I know a guy named Sonny. Anyway, a couple of Sonnies, right? Turned out they could rat their asses off and still live, but that's besides the point. That's enough of this video. I'll start getting dark and start getting banned. Even though I'm a pastor, I'm also a fucking man, and I also lived a hell of a different life than most pastors, right? So, let me explain to you. We are subjects. We are not free men. As long as the government can snatch you up at any time and do whatever the fuck it wants. All right? Have a nice Saturday.